Yo, what's going on, my psychedelic squadron? It's your boy Trippy here, coming at you with another Madden 19 video for the day. And this is going to be more of an at request video from, you'll see it on the screen, the tweet right here, from Kyrie Patterson. I don't even know how to pronounce your at, my man. But either way, it says at I'm a Trip 94. If you don't already follow me, I suggest you do. I'm up there a lot and always talk about Madden and or NFL stuff. Hell, even NBA stuff. Whatever, sparks my mind. Either way, just found your YouTube channel and I noticed that you have an Eagles theme team. I just started mine, so I was wondering if you can dedicate a video showing your lineup and chemistries. And yes, Kyrie, as I told you earlier, it definitely will be. That's what this is all about. So we're going to go ahead and dive into, what players I have, what players could be used, and the best way to make sure that you max out your chem as well as your pass rush, lockdown, go deep, zone run, whatever chemistries you run. And don't forget to go ahead and join the psychedelic squadron by clicking the subscribe button. Also make sure that you hit the bell icon to be notified of all future uploads. So as we look at the lineup now, as you can see on the right side of the screen, I do have 52 out of 50 Philadelphia Eagles chem, so it's fully maxed out, as well as pass rush, lockdown, go deep, and zone run. Now it's gonna be difficult if you don't have like players like I do, as far as Franco Harris, Lorenzo Neal, Dallas Clark at the tight end position, all of which I got from the Super Bowl promotion, and any 98 overall or 97 overall backup middle linebackers like Ryan Shazier and Ray Lewis. But I do not use any of them in my lineup whatsoever. As you can check my specialist out. Actually, Franco Harris I do only for third down running back. I'm actually going to switch that from Franco to LeGarrette. Let me do that right now. Don't know why he's in there, honestly. It might be because of the elite route running. LeGarrette. He's not the best at catching, but he still gets the job done. And then Golden Tate, all this other stuff. So there's literally no other player on my lineup that is not an Eagle. So yeah, basically. Now, as you can see, you already seen a couple of the players. Reggie White, Javon Kears. That is probably the most controversial part of this lineup. And that's only because most people would just literally just put him at right end. But I like to sub Kearson at either linebacker, depending on the formation, whatever person comes in, whoever I'm playing, things along those lines. Or I'll put him at left end and then put Reggie on the inside defensive tackle position and then leave Michael Bennett out there because he does have some pretty good strength. So this is going to be a little bit of a dilemma for you, just depending on how you want to handle that. And that's just, strictly team dependent, player dependent. The secondary I thought would be absolute trash, but it's not really as bad as you would think. Now, we have a lot of bum cornerbacks, from Madden's perspective. But there's some sleepers in there. Jalen Mills fully maxed out is actually pretty decent as far as like speed. Coverage is still pretty bad. You'd probably be best off using him. Rasul Douglas isn't really that good either. Still kind of slow with 91 speed, and none of his coverage stats hit 90. But he's good on special teams. He'll lay the wood on special teams. DRC is more than serviceable, but I kind of like needed him at the moment. I don't need him now, but I wanted to keep him there just because he did used to play for the Eagles. And then Ronald Darby is far beyond, whatever. He is way above the other ones, especially with fully maxed out. I wish you could put sprinter on him. He would have 99 speed, but 98 speed is good enough. I've seen him keep up with Tyreek, seen him keep up with Calvin, seen him keep up with any receiver in the game. But I do have him at cornerback number 2, just because where he lines up at, he'll be ISO'd, and people like to take advantage of speed on the ISO side or in the slot. So I use the slot and man him up on the outside and just, make sure that he keeps him in check. Avonte Maddox. God, if I don't, I'm just going to go in detail into the trouble areas in the lineup, but Avonte Maddox, his cover stats are ass, but his physical traits are amazing. And he is probably, I put him in the big nickel slot and I just user him, and he's absolutely amazing. The best 80 overall card that you can get, and he gets +3 overall boost because of it. Also, the little linebacker core isn't really the most solid. That's why I have these 2 cards right here for chem boost as well. And I did put Chuck Bednarik at the right outside linebacker position out of position just due to that, and it's very scarce at the linebacker. That's why I have out of position Nathan Gary because he's literally the only other strong safety the Eagles have. And then I put Corey Nelson right here because you can't have two, of the same name cards. I already tried it. And then you got Corey Graham, but you also have Rodney McLeod that you could put here. I kept Corey Nelson because Rodney McLeod really isn't much better. Then, of course, you got B-Doc the God, and then Malcolm Jenkins manning down the safety spots. So that's the defense. And here's a look at the offense. Honestly, I thought that, the wide receivers were going to be the hardest part to kind of keep up with. That and the halfbacks. But when I made this lineup, there was no Le'Veon Bell and there was no LeGarrette Blount. So halfbacks were pretty bad. I was actually relying on 91 overall LaShawn McCoy from the Blitz promo to be my running back, even though he didn't have Eagles Chem. So it was pretty tough. But Shady still made plays. He just got hawked down because even like linebackers had 90 speed at that time. And the receivers, oh my God. The receivers were the best part of the lineup. I actually started 98 overall T.O., Golden Tate in the slot, and then I had Chris Carter on the other side, who's currently sitting on my bench until I get a Ultimate Legend for him. So until he gets an upgrade, he will not be on the team. And I'll probably replace him over Nelson Aguilar, who is giving me +2 chems, but I'll have like 51 out of 50 when I get that new card. Michael Vick. And once you have Michael Vick to his Ghost of Madden card in this lineup, there's no need to power him up any further. It makes no sense because his passing stats don't even really go up. I think his go deep does. I think his throw deep does. And then his speed will only go up +1, and everything else will probably go up around the same range. I think his short accuracy, his mid does not go up whatsoever. And with Eagles passing chems like I have on him now, it gives him his +2 or +3 throw mid accuracy. So it makes no sense because it still won't even be over a 90 if you have him at a 99. He still won't even be over 90 throw mid even if you do have him powered all the way up. So it makes no sense to do that. Just the Eagles passing chems, it'll be a little bit cheaper. And, before I had... When I first started this lineup, the receivers were actually pretty decent. Now they're God. They're like God tier. Like, look at this. Deshaun Jackson. He is a better version of Tyreek Hill in my opinion. He's about the same height and everything, but the OG number 10, the OG deep threat in the league was he's definitely, in my opinion, better than Tyreek Hill. I don't know what it is about him. He just plays better. And he burns people. Absolutely burns people off the line. And then Alshon Jeffrey, I've replaced Chris Carter with him only because his stats were way better. And he, for some reason, he just made better contested catches. Chris Carter would literally just let the shit fall in front of his face. And in real life, that would never happen. But the offensive line is actually really, really good. And the reason I say that is because of Steven Wisniewski. You would think that he would be the weak link of the offensive line, but actually, no. Jason Peters is more of a weak link on the offensive line than Steven Wisniewski. Which is very shocking just due to the fact that he's got red chems and he's really powered up and all this other stuff. Steven Wisniewski is not the best card by any means, but he damn sure doesn't play like he is the worst. Like, you have no idea. Now, you might have somebody that takes advantage of that, who doesn't, who actually like uses a D-line. That's only if they use the D-line. But 9 times out of 10, he's double teaming somebody because people are either sending pressure and I have it shifted a certain way, or he's double teaming because there's only 4 being sent, and him and Jason Peters or him and Jason Kelsey are actually making plays. And 9 times out of 10, it's the left guard and the center that's double teaming, and then Peters is left on his own to get demolished by whoever's out there. But for the most part, Peters does play really well. He gives me at least 3 seconds. 3 seconds is an optimal amount of time to go ahead and do that. Tight ends. I have Dallas Clark as my backup. I got him for free, and there was really no third tight end for the Eagles unless you use Richard Rodgers. But for the Kim purposes, I kept him because he gives +3. I think +3 or +2. Either way, you got Dallas Goedert and Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz is a beast. He's got like 91 speed in this lineup with sprinter, and he catches damn near everything. Literally damn near everything. And Dallas Goedert is actually not far behind him. His speed isn't the same. He's got -3 speed, which is a lot in Madden, but his catching stats, he's actually pretty good. His spec catch is crazy. Like, you could do damn near the same things you could do with Ertz with him. So we touched on that, yeah. And then an adjustment that you could do to the lineup that I don't have You can actually put Jason Kelsey, his fullback version, out there instead of like my Franco Harris, who I also have because of Kim's. And you can put Chuck Bednary's added position card at the center position and start him instead. That's just one little tweak. I'm pretty sure Chuck Bednary could play pretty well with Eagles passing chems and everything. And it is a limited time card, so I don't know how, scarce it would be on the auction block. So keep that in mind as well. But it would be a cheaper option and then doing this Jason Kelsey card. And then on top of the fact that Jason Kelsey just got an upgrade, doesn't make it any easier to obtain, a fully maxed out one. But yeah, this is the lineup. Now, as far as chemistries are concerned, it's the chemistries are going to be a little bit tough. I actually have, let me go to my team strategy. I actually have chems on my uniforms as well. So I can't fully max out my Eagles passing chems or my Eagles, I think it's passing defense that I have. Yeah, I can't fully max those out, and that's because I have these uniforms here. If I take these out, the other chems go down, so I'd rather keep it exactly how I have it. So I have tier 3, Eagles passing chems, which gives that on the screen. I'm not going to sit there and read it all out. And then tier 2 Eagles pass D, which gives +1 man coverage, finesse, all that good stuff. And that, I think that tier, actually, like I said, the lineup, but the tier 2 Eagles pass D actually give a +1 overall boost to damn near my entire defense. And that's pretty crazy, considering that Fletcher Cox is a 98 right now. He was a 97 with pass rush, and then with the Eagles chems, he went up 98, and that makes a huge difference, like 100% huge difference. And it also helped out like Nigel Bradham. Bill Romanowski was already going to be a 99 anyway, but it just made it look cooler, the fact that he was, a 99 with like these godly stats and things like that. So, yeah, basically this is the lineup. So hopefully I didn't bore you to death, and hopefully you did learn something. If you do have any other questions, though, feel free to hit me up in the comment section or hit me up on Twitter at I'mATrip94. And yeah, but if this did help you and you did enjoy, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, two-piece those mofos. It'll help the channel grow tremendously. Don't forget to comment down below, and stay tuned for more Madden 19 content such as this. And until next time, guys, peace.